Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast from May 18th through the 24th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising with this lovely deck here. And then we're going to check out a spirit message for you all from this deck here. So without further ado, my darling fellow Scorpios, let's see what's happening for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, Scorpios can be sensitive to moon energy. And the last full moon we had in Scorpio, some of you may have felt it pretty heavily. And so you might still be going through some releases. You might still be going through some stuff. We do have the Venus in retrograde right now as well. And that might be pulling on our feels a little bit. But we're going to see what's coming up for Scorpio. See what's going on with the current energies and what Scorpio may be experiencing in the week ahead. Keep in mind, these are general readings. You may need a private reading, which I'm happy to do, but we're going to see first with the general here. So the first card up here is Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this may have been the first card that came up for Taurus. So if you are a Scorpio that has Taurus in your chart, you may have that Taurus coming up pretty strong, because this is a card I associate with Taurus feminine energy anyway. But being that it came up for Taurus, some of you may be dealing with a Taurus in the early part of the week. Or if you have Taurus in your chart, there may be something coming up in terms of that Taurus aspect. Now, the thing about Venus being in retrograde is it's making some people feel really sentimental. It's making some people feel a little bit thinking about their security, thinking about how they can feel more comfortable or secure in their life. And the Queen of Pentacles is definitely a card that comes up with the energy of, for me anyway, I think of this as like the homemaker kind of card. And I don't mean homemaker in the terms of like, 1950s, you can't work outside your home or anything like that. But making your environment a comfortable place to live, making your space a sanctuary. Queen of Pentacles is very much for me a card about being comfortable in your own skin, and pampering yourself and treating yourself and taking care of your physical needs. So for those of you that are manifesting and you feel like something might be missing, like you're doing your affirmations, you're doing your work, don't forget to be in the physical realm. Don't forget to be in your body. Don't float away too much in meditation land. Meditation is essential. It's wonderful. But we need to be here in the physical realm. If we're trying to manifest things in the physical realm, we need to have a very strong presence in the physical realm. So Queen of Pentacles for me is about taking up that space, right? Doing things to pamper yourself, nourish yourself, treat yourself. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do it, guys. There's lots of ways that you can do it with things that you already have. Okay, it can be sleeping in your favorite pajamas. It could be taking a bubble bath or a sea salt bath, or it could be, making yourself your favorite meal that's also good for you, or so it's going to be sustaining you. So it's just ways of being in the physical body and really caring for yourself. I also feel, Scorpio, it's really jumping out at me here, and I've seen this card many times before, but for whatever reason, so I have paint on my finger. The flowers are jumping out at me from that branch, and they really haven't in the past. So to have the flowers jumping out at me, this gives me the sense or the feeling that something is blossoming. And Scorpio, maybe for some of you, it's you. Maybe you're beginning to really kind of begin to mature, and your gifts and your talents and things are coming to the surface. Or some financial investments or projects you've been working on might be giving you some kind of favorable return. Okay, this could also be a card that indicates promotion, advancement in career. There's lots of different ways this card can come up in a reading, and because this is a general reading, I try to go over the different various ways. But overall, Scorpio, you're being invited, you're being asked, you're being encouraged to be in your body, to be in the physical realm, and to make your space, even if it's one little corner in a shared room wherever your space is, make it your sanctuary. This is going to go far for you in being able to manifest moving down. So the next card we have here is here, Four of Cups. And I know Four of Cups is a card that a lot of people, when they see it, they get nervous. But it's actually, it can be a very positive thing, okay? Granted, on one end, it could be asking us to be open to different possibilities or to be willing to try a new direction. And yes, that can be an aspect of the Four of Cups. But sometimes, especially because we have the Queen of Coins coming up as the first card, this makes me feel Four of Cups is coming up for Scorpio more along the lines of making a statement to the universe. When we decide we don't want something, we're making a statement to the universe that this is something I will not accept. You know, I don't want this. So there could be something that's happening for you this week, Scorpio, that you're setting the bar a little bit higher. You're basically saying, no, this is not something that I want. There can sometimes with Four of Cups be a healthy entitlement, a healthy sense of entitlement when we realize that we're deserving of more. Some of you Scorpios are coming out of something karmic, right? You may have been receiving a lot of communication. Some of you may receive the communication this week from someone from the past. And maybe it's somebody that you really had hoped things would work out with. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a family situation. It could be a work situation. It could be an employer calling you back. Things maybe ended on bad terms. They want to try to reconcile and get you back in there. Like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could have just been something that you were hoping for. So it might be circling its way back to you this week. And you catch yourself thinking that, wow, you know, if this had happened sooner, I would have jumped at it. I would have been all about it. But now I see how unhealthy the situation was. Now I see how this person or these people were not respecting me, or they were not, being supportive or whatever it is. And so you might be saying no. You might be telling somebody no. And this is you coming into that Queen of Pentacles power, coming into that strength, coming into that, sense of claiming your space. Okay. I also feel, Scorpio, a lot of you, for whatever reason, we don't have the Hermit card here, and I don't know, we'll see if it shows up for you or not. But I feel some of you are kind of sort of in hermit mode, and in the case or the sense like you're not wanting help right now. You might be really busy, with that Queen of Pentacles. You might be getting ready to invest your time and energy into some projects or working to improve yourself or your life in some way. And there could be people that are aware of this, and maybe they're wanting to help you, and maybe they're wanting to step in. But I just feel you're in this energy where you're like, no, like, just let me do this by myself. Let me do this by myself. I keep hearing that. Let me do this by myself. So Scorpio, I feel like there's some kind of, in true Scorpio fashion, some kind of reinvention that you all are doing right now. Some kind of way of like reinventing yourself. Or just kind of upgrading to like a new version of yourself is what I feel here with this card. Your next card, Scorpio, is going to be Three of Cups. And Three of Cups is celebration, right? It's good news. It is a card having to do with finding like-minded community. So maybe those of you that you're wanting to do something by yourself, or you're rejecting help, or you're keeping to yourself, it could just be that as a part of this reinvention, you're realizing that the old group or the old, circle that you were in just isn't clicking for you anymore. So some of you may be setting out as you're working on these projects, as you're doing these things to kind of enhance your interests or explore your interests. Some of you may be making some new friends this week, whether it be over the internet or whether it be in person, depending where you are in the world right now. Some of us can't be out making friends in person right now, but you might be stumbling upon a new clique for you, a community, like-minded people. I do feel those of you Scorpios that you're out there, like you're out there on social media and you're doing something very public in a creative way, or like you have a business that has an online presence. I feel with the Three of Cups there may be some kind of collaboration, a creative collaboration. It's not going to be like a partnership where you all are like, you know, coming together and putting money together, but I'm hearing the word pod, which is not a word I typically use. So if that means something to you, there might be some kind of pod that's developing or some kind of group. I am getting a sense or a feeling of like cross-referencing or cross-referring, I should say, if that makes sense. So you all might not be forming an official partnership, like, you know, Scorpio's business is now affiliated and partners with such and such business, but it may be more of like you guys are doing something together creatively to boost each other, or you may be like recommending or referring one another, but there's a sense of teaming up here, teaming up for a common goal. I also feel some of you are organizing something for the next full moon. I don't know if you're doing something virtually, if you're doing like a Zoom full moon session or something. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but I do feel there's something very significant happening for some of you around preparation for the next full moon, or some cycle is coming into completion for you by the next full moon. Okay, very interesting energy. Very, very interesting energy here, my dears. Let me see here. Your next card. Ooh, we have Ten of Swords. So very much out with the old and in with the new energy. We talked about how you're rejecting something, or there's a certain group of people and you're saying, let me do this by myself, or, you know, I'm just kind of taking time for myself. But then there's also this little collaboration, this little tribe kind of thing here, this little clicking kind of thing here. So Scorpio, some of you might finally be making a transition from one social circle to the next. Some of you might be getting some business off the ground or some project off the ground to where you're able to resign from a job. From like a 9-to-5 kind of job. 10 of Swords is a card that scares a lot of people, right? We talked about the different ways these cards might be coming in for you. Some of you are turning away a karmic person or a karmic situation. Some of you are advancing into a new social group of friends. Some of you are advancing into a new career opportunity and leaving behind an old one. Very much out with the old and with the new energy. 10 of Swords overall, though, my darlings, is going to be a card about ending a karmic cycle, breaking free from it. And I've said this in other videos. I know this is a card that scares people, but in the years reading for people, I see 10 of Swords come up a lot when the person I'm reading for is the one making the decision to put an end to something, because it's gotten to the place that it's holding them back. Right? It might be a bittersweet decision. Might be bittersweet, my dears, because a part of you might feel like, you know, there's fond memories and there were some good times, but ultimately you're realizing it's time. It's time to rip the Band-Aid off. Like it's time to take off the training wheels, time to, you know, go in this new direction. There's definitely a karmic element to it, though. Whatever it is, whether it's a job situation, a career situation, transitioning from having a boss to working for yourself, or a karmic soulmate that you're kicking to the curb once and for all, or a toxic connection or relationship, whatever it might be. You're definitely ending some karmic cycle. If you are a Scorpio that you've had issues or challenges with some type of addiction, whatever that might be, whether it's drugs or alcohol, food, the word that rhymes with Wex, I can't say it, I'm not allowed to say it, you know, whatever it might be, YouTube rules, whatever it might be, you know, whatever you might have been doing to self-medicate in some way, it's going to be something that you are getting a really good handle on it. Okay, especially with the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Coins. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins can indicate being in good health, taking really good care of yourself physically. So some of you might find, Scorpio, that you're feeling really encouraged about progress that you're making, breaking some kind of self-medication habit or something maybe toxic that you've been doing. You're finding that you're making progress. Scorpio, I feel for some of you, there has been a tremendous amount of healing that began in the last full moon cycle. So in between that full moon cycle to the next full moon cycle, you're going to realize your taste is changing. Even your old guilty pleasures that before you were like, ooh, you know, like this is my guilty pleasure. You're not going to find pleasure in them. It's like you're not feeling the need to do that, if that makes any sense. So that's one of the feelings I'm feeling here with the Ten of Swords. We're going to see what's coming up for you guys for your spirit message for the week. And again, my friends, I do encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks it may resonate with you more. It might add a little extra information. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you if you want to click on the Calendly link after the video and schedule a private reading with me. You can do that. All right, my dear. So we have home in the sky. We were talking about being grounded. We were talking about being in the physical realm. We were talking about being able to manifest by being in the here and now. So there's definitely an element here of being in travel, being in flight, right? And the meaning behind this particular card is that home is wherever you are. You can go all over the world, but home is a connection we have within ourselves. So we were talking about that whole energy in the beginning of like being comfortable in your own skin, being present in your body, creating a sense of sanctuary for yourself. Once you do this, you're really kind of connected and aligned with the higher self. And no matter where you go, it's going to feel like home, right? You're not looking for the validation. You're not looking for the escape of some kind of addiction or some kind of self-medicating thing. There could also be elements here, Scorpio, that some opportunities are coming in for you guys this week, especially with this Venus being in retrograde and people being very focused on stability. You might be manifesting some opportunities for stability, for financial growth, that's going to open a window for you to travel, to have new experiences. If you're a Scorpio, that this is something you've been really, really longing for, or you've just had a feeling it's coming, this is your confirmation that it is on its way. And some of you might be discouraged because of what's going on right now. You're like, oh my gosh, am I ever gonna be able to like be free and be out in the sunlight again and travel again? This card is saying yes, and quite possibly much sooner than you anticipate. So give it time. Give it time and be in your body. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. That is what's coming up for our darling Scorpios. So if you're wanting more of like a love and romance kind of reading, you might want to check out the love readings that are linked in the description of the video. You can check out the channeled angel messages as well. If you would like a private reading with me, you can go ahead and schedule through Calendly. A lot of you have been asking about the giveaway that I announced in the previous videos. I've not picked the winner yet. I'm going to pick the winner in the next week or two. And the way that you win, everybody's like, oh, can you put my name in for the drawing? There isn't a drawing. It's not like you're going to give me your name and I'm going to put you in the drawing. That's not how it works. So if you're interested in winning the deck that I used in the May love readings, a brand new set of it, mind you, it's still wrapped in plastic. It's, you know, whoever wins it's going to be the first one to open it up. If you're interested in winning that deck of cards, or if you are interested in winning a private reading from me, a free reading, I'm going to pick one winner from Facebook and one winner from Instagram. And all you have to do is like and comment on the posts if you sincerely like it. And then I'm going to just see who jumps out at me, and I'm going to pick a winner from Instagram and a winner from Facebook. One person will get the deck, one person will get a free reading. I'm going to do this every single month. Every single month, I'm going to give away a free private reading, and there'll be some kind of a prize. The prize will change every month, but there will also be always one private reading that I give away each month. So just be on the social media and interact there if you're interested in winning a free reading or winning the monthly prize. Astrology, guys, Truly Divine, still offering that 30% off. They've been super awesome. They have really discounted, or they have really reasonable prices, and they're offering you guys unlimited as many times as you want the 30% off their different reports. Love and relationship compatibility, natal chart analysis, forecast for the year. They have different kinds of reports that they offer, and they've been kind enough to continue the 30% off for you guys and to also sponsor the channel through doing that. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about astrology in your chart, check them out. And overall, guys, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Take care.